Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the not quite cuckoo sale. We're on YouTube right now, but I'm still live streaming on my YouTube to kind of just do a little bit of a watch along for those of you who don't want to get the app, even though if you want to get the app and participate in the sale, link is in the description. But I figured that I would just co-stream it anyways. Hope you guys are doing well. At 12 p.m. PST today, I'm going to be having a Silver Age sale on the CUKOO app. It's a live selling platform, and I did one a few weeks ago, and it was really fun. It went really great. Hopefully, people felt like they got some really, really great deals. I definitely learned a lot, throughout the process of doing the show. So it's you got to judge me on a curve here, okay? Like I'm still learning all the mechanics, and but by and large, it went really well, and I think people had a lot of fun. And here on YouTube. I think it'll be fun as well. We'll just have a co-stream. And last time I did the sale, I wasn't quite set up to be addressing like the YouTube audience and that sort of thing. But I think now I'll be able to do it. So at the very least, we can have a conversation. We can hang out on Sunday. Maybe people pick up some books. They get some good deals. Whatever. We're chilling. We're chilling. Um, just so you guys know, this is me setting up the show. So this is like behind the scenes. Okay. The YouTube show is like this is like not a show. This is like behind the scenes of me setting up the real show. And there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. Like somebody was asking me the other day, they're like, how long do you take to set up the Ungraded Truth podcast? And I was like, dude, honestly, it takes me like 2 hours before the show to set up the show on top of like all the other time. And yeah, it's been a while. I've been setting up all morning for the show. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one. We got some really cool books coming up. Really quick, I don't know if there's people that are actually watching along right now. If somebody is, can you guys just let me know? I sound okay. I kind of right. I like stripped my whole audio setup, my microphone, did all the whole thing, and so it's like I'm like kind of a mess. The streaming setup is not the usual setup. So let me make sure that I actually sound okay. If you guys could let me know. Okay. Appreciate you, Rich. Yes, thank you. All right, good. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, good. Good to know. Good to know. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I will have a giveaway in the YouTube at the end of my stream. And the book I will be giving away today is my copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 134. Of course, the first appearance of Tarantula and the second appearance of the Punisher. Obviously, the book got crazy hot from the Spider-Man movie because of the fact that, at one point everybody saw Tarantula in the trailer and everyone was going nuts. Um, I, can we do spoilers now? I think we can do spoilers, right? This is barely a spoiler. He wasn't in it all that much. But still makes this book pretty cool, in my opinion, because of the fact that it is the second appearance of Punisher, although that might be a little bit controversial to say. But at the end of the stream, I will be giving this book away to somebody who's hanging out at the time. We'll do like a random comment picker. I already forgot how I'm supposed to do that, but just know if you're hanging out today, I appreciate you. And maybe someone can walk away with that book. On top of that, in the stream on the CUKOO app, I will be giving away this Captain America 100, to somebody who buys something today. I'm just going to like pick a random lot that sells, and then whoever won that lot, I'll just like throw this into their order. I mean, don't get too excited. This is like a pretty beat up, pretty low grade 1.0 water with rusted staple Captain America 100. But hey, it's free. Do with it what you want to do with it. So yeah, those will be my little housekeeping, things at the beginning. And yeah, I don't know. What else can we do on YouTube while we're waiting, for people? Um, how much time left? I got a few minutes before we can actually start. What other housekeeping things? Yeah, if you want to come and hang out, you want to join the sale, link is in the description. You can download it. It's on the phone. Um, Heritage auctions. If you guys are watching on my um, YouTube and you guys saw my recent original art pickup, I mentioned one of the reasons why I think it's so valuable to use um, heritage auctions is because of the fact that you can look up pricing. And I've said it before, they're making an exclusive offer where if you're a new client, you can make an account. If you buy something of $100 or more, you get $50 off. So that's a pretty sweet deal. Just letting you guys know. So yeah, that's kind of my little updates and stuff. I saw somebody out here that said, I'm just here to call swag a shill. It's my favorite thing. I mean, listen, when you're shilling for your own CUKOO sale, you might as well shill for your own CUKOO sale. It's not shilling if it's your own thing. But yeah, well, I will shill for sliders, actually. I will shill for sliders, as you guys know. Yeah, use promo code Schillerhaus. Eggplant, what's going on, man? Good to see you, Derek. Eggplant says, find any more Ghost Rider newsstands. Oh my God. A Ghost Rider 9.8 newsstand did just sell on eBay. I was following it. Where like I typically follow all the books just like from a news standpoint that I think are interesting. And I noticed that someone bought it. So fearless, the buyers out there. But I think it's still a cool book. And listen, it's going to be a while before that book sets back down. By a while, I mean a couple weeks. But what I really mean to say is, even if that person gets 9/8 on every single copy, like it's going to be a while before that has like manifests it in some kind of way. All right, what else can we talk about here? What else can we do? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a chill sale. I got a lot of Silver Age stuff. We're going to be going through like, ASMs and things like that. Just some cool ASM fill stuff. I guess you could call them minor keys. I mean, it depends on your barometer for what you think are cool books. But I got we got some Avengers, things like this, Jack Kirby covers, things like that. We got some, what else? I got some Batman, Neil Adams. I got some Captain America. I got Fantastic Four, Kirby's, the classic, you know, this cover, and then this one with the team meetup, and then this one. So we got those types of books that we're going to be bringing to the show today. So those will be cool. And we're just going to $1 start everything. So, if everybody just comes in and wins it all for $1, I mean, it is what it is. If I get wrecked, I get wrecked. Which is going to be unfortunate because I do also have a lot of expensive books that I'm bringing to the show. Um, ASM number 40, what is it again? 42. ASM 42, First Mary Jane. We got a ASM 100, one of my favorite covers of all time. And this is a nice copy. Nice copy. We got a first Ra's al Ghul. I'm going to $1 start this. Do I really want to do that? Not, I don't know, guy. I don't know if I want to do it, but I kind of feel like you have to. I got a real Captain America 100, like one that's actually in good shape. I get a Green Lantern 7 first Sinestro. It's a nice solid copy of that. We got the hottest book in the world. Well, maybe this is the third hottest book in the world because Ghost Rider #1, Volume 2 is probably the hottest book. And then Marvel Spotlight 5 maybe is the second. But we got a Ghost Rider one that we're going to be letting rip. We got a Silver Surfer 4. We're going to let this one rip. We got a Tomb of Dracula #10 First Blade. We're going to let rip. I called it the Silver Age. I called it the Silver Age Sunday Sale because I like the alliteration. But then as I was prepping the sale, I was like, well, I kind of want to sell this too. So then it became a Bronze Age sale. So there is no theme to this. Tale of Suspense, fourth Iron Man. This is a cool book. And Werewolf by Night 32. I mean, first Moon Knight, cool book in my opinion. So, I got some cool books. Got some cool books we'll be selling. I'm just hanging out right now, guys. We're about to start the show in a few minutes on the app. And yeah, what else can I be organized here? I have to write everyone's name. I need to not forget that. Do I need to make sure? Okay, I got these. Da, 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 da. Captain, FFs, Green Lantern, Nick Fury. You know what I got? You know what I got that's like kind of underrated? Like nobody talks about these, but like Nick Fury covers, like these things are so the art is so good for these covers. You know what I mean? These are like the classic 60s style. And yeah, I was never a Nick Fury guy, so I just never really like collecting them. And I kind of feel like because they were more of like a James Bond type of storyline, nobody like the kids didn't fall in love with them. They were like almost like more adult. And like at that time in the 60s, it was still mostly a kids medium. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know if there's like as much nostalgia for those ones. Like I wonder how read they were, like what the audience is. But like some of the best covers, like definitely some of the best covers. Yes, Steranko goodness. He was his art is definitely like a step above compared to the other people that were working at that time. Although I do like John Buscema. Um, but yeah, I don't know. If you guys have questions or hang out, I mean, we can treat YouTube like a Q&A or like a chill, whatever, just chill Sunday stream. So even if there's not much show going on, I can still kind of engage with you guys at the time. And, let me just double check, do something like this. It's my little setup. I got that going on. And then I have to remember to sit like this so that you guys can see my face because on the app, they won't be able to see my face. And then I got to remember to write down everyone's name. Hmm. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Awesome cover. The Steranko covers. I have a number 7, or it's like a number 6 and a number 7. And there's one that's like a Salvador Dali homage, and then there's another one that's like Nick Fury in space. And like it's almost like it kind of reminds me of some of like the Frazetta like space covers. And I think it's so awesome. And I would run them, but they're so high grade. Like they're so nice that I was like, I don't know if I think I need to grade these. They're like so nice. But they're not like a ridiculous amount of money or a ridiculous amount of value. But I'm like, ugh, I gotta hold on to these. I mean, there's other ones. These other ones are nice too. What else do I have? I have some Silver Surfers. I got a bunch of X-Men. Um, you know, Frankenstein, things like this. X-Men, 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 X-Men. I got some Marvel spotlights. Let's see. I hope that is not sunlight touching your comics. It is direct sunlight. I literally let them sunbathe. I put them smack in the middle of a shaft of yellow golden light and shine them down. It is sun that does hit my comics, but it's not direct sunlight. And outside of any time that I am live, this room is completely dark or recording. So like it's live right now for the show, but I definitely do not allow them to sit there. And sometimes I swap the books out. And when I leave, I take all the books off of my shelf and I put them away. But it is what it is. All right. It is no, no. I know. You're not the only one that's mentioned that stuff, and you're right. Like I should be concerned. I'm being a little tongue in cheek, but yeah, no, I do think about it like a lot as far as like, oh, I want to make sure that they're not in the sun, and I want to make sure that um, the room is always dark and all that stuff. So I think about it, but like I feel like it's very few times when they are in light like this. Basically for streams. Um, yeah, indirect sunlight ruins comics over time. It can also ruin comics over time. All right, I got to start it. I got to start up this show. So I'm gonna start up the CUKOO show. Hopefully, I don't screw this up. Let us hit start live now and add an item If I do this, add to queue. Okay, that seems good. And if I also did this, add to queue, I guess I can have two of them. All right, I'm gonna go live here. Okay, that's my camera. This looks good. Start the show. And we are live officially on CUKOO. Good to see everybody. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great show. I have to, of course, give some disclaimers. This is only my second time selling on the platform, so you have to forgive me if I'm like still learning the ropes and doing little things and stuff. But for the most part, the previous show went off without a hiccup at all. So if I do make a mistake, it's probably going to be a user error this time around because I think I remember how to do this, but you never really know. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good time. It's going to be Silver Age books for the most part that we're going to be selling today. I got a bunch of runs of Avengers, ASM, or choice few, kind of like Phil minor key type stuff, FF, Tales of Suspense, a couple things, X-Men, and then I have some Bronze Age, and then I have, some nicer keys type of stuff, like a First Mary Jane. I got a nice copy of ASM 100. I got a First Ra's al Ghul right here, which this is a really nice copy. We got a Cap 100, First Sinestro, Ghost Rider 1, let's go. A Silver Surfer 4, everybody's favorite Buscema cover. Tomb of Dracula, number 10. Fourth Iron Man, Tales of Suspense 42. And a Werewolf by Night, 32, First Moon Knight. So we got some cool books for sure. I am co-streaming on my YouTube as well. I'm going to be doing a giveaway on the YouTube. You guys can actually have both windows open. If you want. I'm going to be giving away my first Tarantula and second Punisher book, and then in this stream tonight on the CUKOO app, I'm going to at the end of it pick a random lot that sells. Like however many I sell, like let's say I do like we sell 20 lots. I'm just going to do a random number generator on my phone and then pick, and then like whatever lot is going to get a Cap 100. I mean, don't get too excited. It's totally wrecked. It's totally beat up. It's got water stains and it's staples rusted and all that stuff. But hey, it's a free book. So, why not? So there you guys have it. Good to see everybody. If you guys have any requests, like you can totally let me know. We can go through some of the keys. I'm going to kind of space them out a little bit, so that we can kind of go through some of our runs here and do get some of these books in people's hands. And for the most part, I will dollar start everything. I might regret that. I might regret that with some of these books. We'll have to see. If I get wrecked, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Well, if everyone's here, if everyone's ready, I mean, maybe we can just do a little test run. It's been a minute since I've done it, but let's get into it. All right, the first book, I feel like we got to just start with some ASM, which I got this nice ASM number 45. I said it was nice, but actually, I'm just kidding. It's not that nice. Calling it a 1.8 to a 2.0. Definitely a low grade, has a little bit of a tear up there, has dirt and all that stuff, but it is still attached and it is still complete and all that stuff. I just want to be pretty conservative on the grading stuff because I don't want I want you guys to be happy. So I call it a 1.8 to a 2.0. This is the third appearance of the Lizard, and we're just gonna $1 start this one. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Hopefully I sound okay. Hopefully you guys are good with me not doing music. Oh, one more question here. I feel like as I talk today, because there's no music, I'm just gonna have to fill the air with solo conversation. But if you guys have, I don't know, topics you want to talk about, we can like hang out and talk and stuff. Like I assume I can do Spider-Man Brand New Day spoilers at this point, right? Like we can talk about Spider-Man. But you guys let me know. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. All right. Can I move the camera back? What if I moved? What if I moved the thing back like this? Is that like a little bit better? You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Oh yeah, because maybe yeah, you guys let me know preference wise, like visual wise. Does it because I might on your phone, it might punch in a little bit. Like I see the full frame. So for you guys, it might be a different skew. So you just let me know if it's like if it's too close, if it's too far. I'll try to, make it aesthetically pleasing for everybody here. All right. So ASM 45. You guys, I think, know how this all works. I'm going to start it at $1. You swipe if you want to bid. And then there's like a certain countdown that I think is 10 seconds or whatever the case is. And then the person that wins it is the one that wins it. So if I go in here and I hit start auction, does this start it? Let's find out. Oh, no. Okay, it doesn't start it. All right. $1 starting bid, quantity one. Timer, I think we want to do that, 15, and then reset. We can do 10 for now. So, or do I want to do 20 with a 10? We'll do 20 with a 10 and then shipping profile. Oh, Gemini. Okay. All right. All right. So here we go, guys. We're going to start this auction. I think if I hit start now, it will start. Let us see. And yes, we're out. We are live. We're working. I think I need to do this for the YouTube audience. Put my face over here so that people can see. And then if you guys are interested, I can definitely let people know what the things end up selling for. Blast in YouTube says, which app is it? This is the CUKOO app. It is started by a couple of the guys, the Comic Book Boys, who I've known them for a long time in combination with the Flip Mode guys, some dealers out in Southern California. They wanted to create a live selling platform, and this is now they're in their beta. Like they've kind of rolled it out. They just launched at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's been a nice rollout. CUKOO, and the link is in the description if you want to check it out. David asked on YouTube, do you ship to the UK? Unfortunately, because this is still in their beta, they have not yet been able to set up international shipping. I think that's obviously their goal, but as of right now, unfortunately, it doesn't work. The link just has me set up a seller account. Is that right? Jay, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. Sorry, guys on CUKOO. I apologize. You can go here, Jay, and take a look at that link. That this one you might have to kind of like jump through some hoops to like download the app. The other one I thought would take you straight there. All right, I need to pay more attention to you guys. This is like two kids that I have to like pay attention to. All right, we have a winner, JM Cullo. Thank you so much. You won the ASM 45. Appreciate you for that one. Let me do this correctly here. So I go number one, and then I write down the user, and I say thank you for that, and we move on to the next book. All right, let's go on now to our next ASM book. This one here, another run, kind of fill run here. This one, I always forget what the significance of this book is, but it's an ASM number 58. Again, kind of like the last one, it's like a low grade. I mean, it's attached and all that stuff. It's got like some spine or like some color breaking creases and things of that nature. And does this one have any water? It doesn't really have any water, but it's a low grade, and I just want to be a stickler, so I'm going to call it a 1.8 to a 2.0, and we will run our next auction. Oh, starting says starting bid. Yeah, wait, why does it do that? Why does it do that? Live now 400. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. Wait, so this up next add to queue. Yeah, this wouldn't that be funny? I was like, guys, it's a $400 lot. Um, okay, that's kind of weird. I thought I could have just like saved the whole thing. I thought I could just like rerun it. Sorry, guys, still learning. All right, anyways, like I was saying, ASM number 58. Let's let it rip. Stop talking and start the auction. Nope, I got to do this thing again. Okay, never mind. So timer is this and this and this. And there we go. We are off. Yeah, sorry guys. Still jumping through some technical, things with this one. Have to sort of figure it out. Um, I don't know if Brian, if you're in the chat here, um, I thought that when I add like a $1 start to queue, I could just rerun it. But when I added a $1 start and then I added a higher dollar start as well, and then it didn't like it went you maybe saw it jumped to this like, oh, $400 starting price point. You know what I mean? And so I was like, oh, I thought I could just pick the $1 start again. So I'm not sure. Either way, I got rid of the other one. So hopefully it doesn't really matter. All right. We got a winner here. This one going to Pleasure JC. Pleasure JC. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. All right. So we go number 2. Pleasure JC. Okay. And appreciate it. All right. Let's go. Let's move on. All right. Next book we have here is this copy of ASM number 64, the cool vulture cover right there. I'm calling it a 3.0 to a 4.0. It definitely needs a clean. On the back, there's like some dirt that could definitely benefit from some white erase. But other than that, it's not a bad copy. It's kind of got your typical like 4.0 wear, but it's pretty good. Like if you guys clean it up, give it a little spit shine, give it a little love, maybe you can get something out of this. Okay, so if I go here, yeah, and yeah, CR, yeah, the timer restarts. So it's kind of like it gets bumped back up. Um, so that is something to know. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna just have to do this like one by one, maybe. It's not too fun. That's fine. I'll just do that. That's fine. Okay, we add it like this. We go back here. We go in here. We have to hit the start the auction. Yep, we do this. We do this. All right, here we go. So ASM number 64, vulture cover, and $1 start. Let it rip. So Jude says, so how is this better or cheaper than what it or whatnot? I think you mean. Love to know the competitive advantages of CUKOO. I mean, the competitive advantage, from what I understand, this was started by some comic book dealers who have been selling across all types of platforms for a long time, and to them, they're just coming at it from the standpoint of people who have been doing it, the live selling, the going to shows, going to dealers, trying to figure out what the community wants. I had a conversation with them, and they were talking about like, a lot of the pain points with whatnot is a lot of the culture, and they seem to think that that culture can be curated in a different way. Um, and that's what they're doing. They're just trying to build it up, at least as an alternative to some of the other live selling platforms, and hopefully this one being designed by people who do this themselves, sell comic books, and obviously they would love to one day expand to other verticals and collectibles and stuff like that. But they're thinking that from that lens, they can build a platform that is beneficial for everybody. That's at least their standings. That's their idea. Shipping cost seems high for one book. Thanks. Does shipping stack? So the shipping should be combined shipping. So if you buy something, it should prorate it. Um, I'm not sure how it's calculating the shipping. It's just like it has an algorithm going from where I am, which is Southern California, to located to wherever the buyer is, and then it calculates the shipping rate based on like your typical like I think one comic is 8 ounces USPS. So hopefully the shipping isn't too bad, and hopefully it's okay. And then when you buy more stuff, it ends up it should prorate it. And combine it. So, anyways, I apologize. Shout out to Seabells. Thank you so much. You won this book right here. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. This one is number 3, and that one went to Seabells. All right. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't set the shipping cost. It's just kind of like whatever the algorithm is doing. But if it feels too high on your end, I mean, maybe just take that into consideration um, with the book itself. Because I get it. I get it. I don't want to have anyone overpaying for shipping. All right, let's carry it on here. Next up in the lot, ASM number 65. I'm calling this one a 2-0 to a 3-0. And this is one that definitely has some staple rust. It's got some moisture on the side right there. Maybe you guys can see it. Some staple rust. A lot of these, or not a lot of them, but some of the books that I have today definitely have a little bit of that like water moisture. Like you kind of know those books, guys. So if I do say that it has water on it, just know that it's got that rust. But either way, ASM, $1 start, add to queue, go back here and hit start, boom, and let us run it. Here we go. Thanks again, guys, for joining today. And again, I apologize if there's little technical things and I'm not keeping the pace up. If you guys have questions, definitely let me know. If you guys have requests, definitely let me know, and I'll try to answer everyone's questions and everything. Um, so SBA Voltron Cam over on YouTube says the app's not working for you. Have you signed out of the app? Try signing out of the app, or like when you re-download an update, sign out and then sign back in, because they're in their beta, guys. So it's definitely some growing pains. All right, comics with Bonix. Comics with Bonix. Shout out to you, sir, for the win on this one. Let me put your name down. Number 4, comics with Bonix. All right, this one goes to you. And let's keep it rolling. All right, next up here in the run that I got, ASM number 70, 3-0 to 4-0. Let's not belabor. Let's add it to the queue. Let's keep it rolling. Hit the start. Same setup and let her rip. All right, let's see what's else going on. You're doing great, Swag. Thanks, Russ. I need I need a pep talk. I need a pep talk. Can we? So Timothy on YouTube says, "Can we claim books in this live stream on YouTube?" Timothy, no, not today. Today, this is just a CUKOO auction. If you want to jump in it, you can in the description. Maybe in the future, I'm sure that I will do more claim sales on my YouTube channel. But this is one where I'm doing CUKOO for today. Can you let us know the prices they're selling for? Oh yeah, Bry. Yeah, thank you. I will try to remember um, what the prices have been so far. They're all like in the $20, $12, $40 type of stuff so far. But I will try to remember to say the prices, because I realize on YouTube you guys cannot see it. All right. This one goes to Rogue Fly Fisher. Thank you so much for that. Let me take, and we say number 5, Rogue Fly Fisher. All right. All right. Well, so we'll do a few more ASMs, and then we can do like some keys and stuff like that too, because I still have like some big books and stuff that we can definitely put up. All right, but let's keep it rolling here. Next ASM book we have is ASM number 71. This is the Quicksilver cover. Um, in my researching of Quicksilver, once upon a time when I was like thinking about it, I was like, oh, when did he get his blue costume? And that actually comes in Avengers. But it turns out that this was the last time that he would wear his green costume. Does that make this book a key? No, it doesn't. But it's just a little fun fact that I think I'm right about. ASM number 71, Quicksilver punching Spider-Man. Spoilers, Spider-Man ends up winning, but it was a fun read. Here we go. Starting this one for $1. Let it rip. All right. What else? What else? What else? Where's all the Derek says, where's all the butcher meat cuts, crabs, and lobster? Yeah. Where are the sliders? Where is the charcuterie board? You know? Need that. Need that. All right. Seabells takes this one down. Appreciate you. Uh, thank you so much. All right, so that one is lot number 6, and it goes to C Bills. Appreciate you, C Bells. All right, a few more ASMs. Yeah, I got like about 4 more ASMs. We'll just keep it kind of rocking and rolling. We're in a groove. Next up here is ASM number 76. This one right here, I am calling a 4-0 to a 5-0. It's got a date stamp right there, just to point out. Some people like the date stamp, some people don't like the date stamp. Little scratching on the side, but overall, it's a pretty nice copy. This one's pretty solid. Yeah, it's decent. So cool lizard cover. Lizard, my favorite rogue gallery of all of the ones of all the Spider-Man villains. All right, 4050. We're gonna add this one here to the queue. We're gonna hit start auction. We're gonna go this, we're gonna go this, and we're gonna start $1. Boom. All here trying to secure our retirement. Listen, I'm we just out here trying to secure our retirement, man. That's just a way of life. That's just a comic book way of life. Pork Supreme says, I need more yelling, and why aren't you saying this is going for way too cheap? Listen, it's gonna go for what it goes for. Okay. You guys don't need to know. You don't need to hear from me. Okay. This is a chill stream. Some people like the music. You know, I, I sometimes I don't mind having the music and all that stuff, but like it's just I don't know, guys. We're not gonna go crazy over here. I'm not gonna end up on a what is it called? Uh CUKOO crash out subreddit. But luckily there's no crash outs yet. All right. This one going to Rogue Fly Fisher. Appreciate you. $42. Thank you so much. That was me remembering to say the price for the YouTube audience. So that one is number 7, going to Rogue Fly Fisher. Yeah, and if there's ever any like, these ones I'm just trying to fly through because they're just like, your kind of your ASM run. But if you guys ever want me to take anything out of the bag and like look at it and really like show you guys all the stuff, happy to do it. Happy to do it. All right, next up here, ASM number 84. We got the Kingpin cover, classic thing. Let me see what's wrong with this one. It's just your general book, general wear, general dirt, but nothing too notable to say about it, other than I'm calling it a 3.5 to a 4.5. Definitely press all this stuff, clean all this stuff, guys. And we'll go over here and we will add this to the queue. And we will go back here. I'm going to hit start. We need to go this. And we are off. Need the Gwar background music. Oh my God. I don't know if we can do Gwar. Oh my goodness. Over on YouTube. So what were your thoughts on Spider-Man Brand New Day? Oh man. I thought it was awesome, guys. I really like that movie. I like everything. It's not perfect. I have my criticisms, but like top to bottom, overall, it was really good. I was really pleased with it. Um, I loved seeing Spider-Man be like Spider-Man adventurer, like solving crimes, being the adults kind of living in the city. Roguefly Fisher, thank you again. That one goes to you. I love seeing him do his thing, and being out of high school, which I liked him being in high school in the other movies, but it's cool to like have him be older now. And it felt like, yeah, we've been on this journey with him. So that was really fun. I enjoyed seeing Punisher. I enjoyed seeing the Hulk be the Hulk, which was like really, really cool. Um, and hot take. Um, I don't know. Should I say the spoilers? I like the Sadie Sink character a lot, and I like her portrayal. And yes, maybe she did some morally gray things, but I think that that's actually okay because they can use that as ammunition to create inevitably what the storyline will be when they have like the with the people reacting to her character and the brethren of her character, if that makes sense, right? So I think it's actually set up pretty well in that sense. All right, what do we got here? Hold on a second. We got to do this. All right. Next up in the ASM run here, I got an ASM number 91. I'm calling this one a 3.0. And just a little thing to point out, it is still attached and all that stuff, but bottom staple right here, if you guys can see it, sorry, the focus, bottom staple, it's still attached, but there is just a small chip there. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, just in case, like don't go tearing the cover at the Staples. So 3.0 copy, ASM 91. Add this to the queue. Boom, boom, boom. Start it $4. Here we go. Bam. All right, what else here? Johnny. That was a slip of my words as I was trying to not, infer anything. But I did use that word. I did use that word. All right, we get one more ASM here. We'll do this guy, and then we'll do the 100. Yeah, that'll be nice. Beth, now that you're a live seller, when's your absolute Batman exclusive drop? Oh man. Oh man. I don't know. All right. Jay McCullough taking this one. Appreciate you, Jay. 14 bucks. Number 9. That one goes to JMC. There we go. All right. Okay, next up here, we have ASM number 98, one of the books in what was this one? The drug issues, or where they like took away the code. This one right here, important to point out, I'm calling it a 1.8 to a 2.5 you could get, but let's call it a 2.0. This one has water on it. It's got that warping, like when like a book gets totally warped, and then like on the staples here, it's got that rust. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so it's got that water rust on the staple, and then on this one too, and then like inside the book, like when you open it, like how sometimes you can see those like black kind of watery marks on those staples. It's all still attached and all that stuff, but it's got the water damage on it. So depending on how you grade, I just want to put it in this range here, but there you have it. All right, let me go like this. We're gonna add this to the queue and come over here, hit the start. Here we go, $1, let's go. Juana says, got my package from the last show. Thank you very much. Was packaged perfectly. Oh, great to hear that, Juana. I'm super happy to hear that. Like I was every time I do these shows, I'm always pretty nervous. Like I want to make sure that everyone's happy. I want to make sure that everyone feels like what I said the grade was the grade, and that I was like transparent with everything. Because yeah, I want you guys to feel so comfortable with what you get, and I want to make sure that it arrives safe and sound. So I'm super glad to hear that it did. Awesome has a question over on YouTube. You recently mentioned Gary Vee's prediction about comics entering a new boom cycle, and reserve investments echoed that exact sentiment. When and how will this demand materialize in your opinion? Awesome. I mean, that's a whole conversation. And I actually do think that, and I've wanted to do a video soon that was just going to give my thoughts on it, because I also, well, hold on. Roguefly Fisher, thank you so much. $20, appreciate it. Thank you for that. So yeah, like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like, trading cards has been ridiculous. Right now, the collectible that has the crazy buzz is actually video games. Um, it's kind of been long enough for video game collectors to start to spend money on video games after like the major crash that it had. But I do think that comics could be next. I think that they really could be next. And I will do a video about that, and I'll talk about that, and I'll say more when we get there. There we go. All right. Let's go back down now to ASM number 42. This, of course, is the first appearance of Mary Jane. Now, a couple things with this. I'm calling it a 5-5 to maybe a 6-0, but maybe I want to call it a 5-5. It's got um, it's got dust shadow on the back. Like the front cover looks fantastic. Like it presents really, really nice, but it's got dust shadow on the back. In fact, maybe I should show you guys this. Why not? Let's pull this out. So this is the back. It's not terrible, but see how it's got like that kind of dust shadow down there? But some tanning or whatever. So it's a pretty nice copy. So I'm calling it a 5-5 to maybe you would get a 6, but I just want to be a little more conservative. And then the one other thing to point out is that you guys, how like, okay, here on the bottom staple of the cover, like, how sometimes on books, like it's not that the staple's detached, but like one side of the staple will be detached. So the front side of the staple is still attached, but the back side is unattached. Does that make sense? You guys know what I'm talking about? So the cover is still attached, but like it's 3 out of 4 attached. I don't know how to say it any more clear than that. But there you guys have it. First Mary Jane. Put it in here. Put it back. Hey now, come on. So I'm calling it again, 5-5 to a 6-0 with some dust shadow. Bottom back cover staple has that thing. And I think I put prices on it, but we're gonna $1 start this. But I think I've seen it can sell around these prices, but I'm just throwing that out. You don't have to look at my prices, okay? Um, if anything, it gives you a ballpark. So we'll go over here and I'll put that in and we'll start it up and I'll hit start and let it rip. $1. Um, I feel more cartridge based than disc. That is on the rise. Yeah, cartridge for sure. Nintendo and Super Nintendo are definitely like those are the most desirable. And then like Sega and Game Boys and all that stuff after, like disc, PlayStation's lower value. I always wonder like if Atari and like Commodore and some of these earlier games would ever be viewed better from like an appreciation standpoint because of um the history, but people don't have the same nostalgia level for that. And you sort of wonder, it's like, are those like the golden age ones that will eventually get more steam? All right, Rogue Fly Fisher taking this one down 135. Appreciate you for that one. But yeah, I think video games are really cool. I have a decent amount of video games that I collect and a couple of graded ones. Um, but I want to get more. There's definitely ones that I do not own that I would still like to have for sure. But yeah, video games are having a thing right now. They're right on that like ooh, like you can feel that excitement wave. They're right there. All right, next up here, ASM number 100. A lot of people think that this is one of the best ASM covers, and this is a really solid copy of this. I'm calling it an 8.0 to an 8.5. Some of the average prices around that are like 350. But again, you don't take my number. You guys can do your own thing. Find your own numbers. Let me show this to you just so you guys get a good sense of this book. Here it is. Nice gloss to it. Could definitely use a little press to get it all nice and cleaned. Things to point out here. A little tiny, like, little tiny kind of stainy stain thing going on there. It's not water, but it's just a little stainy stain. Um, some dirt on the back. Got to clean it. Got to clean it. And I don't know. Why else did I knock it down? Why else did I knock it down? Oh, little corner, little, maybe you can't see it. A little light corner break in the corner. Just a little bit of white up there. But overall, it's a nice copy. So I'm gonna call it an 8.0 to an 8.5. 8.0, 8.5, ASM 100. There you guys have it. We'll add this one to the queue. Go right here and we will start this at $1. Bam. $1. Eric says, we all know the smart money is rotating out of TCG and into arcade flyers. Oh God, please. I could finally, truly secure my retirement. You want to know what the sad thing is? Is like everyone jokes about that, but it's like I only own three. If I was really clever, I'd have like thousands, but I have three. And I only have one that is like a what do you call it? Like a non-magazine version of it. I'm gonna spare you guys my arcade flyer talk, but I cannot wait to get them back from CGC. Like that's gonna be awesome. Okay, we get this one still kind of running, still kind of running. And Winner, winner goes to Desi 88, 330. 330. That's a big pickup. I appreciate you, Desi. I hope you like this book. It's nice. It's a nice copy. And yeah, let me know what you get if you end up sending it in for grading, because I'd be actually pretty curious. All right, number 12, Desi. Let me just put that 88. All right. Desi, thank you so much for that one. Appreciate it. All right. Since we're kind of rocking and rolling, I mean, maybe we can do like another key here. I mean, we did the ASMs. I might have more, but let's kind of switch it up. I got Avengers FF. I got Nick Fury, X-Men, some Marvel Spotlights, and some other things. Let me know if you guys want anything specifically in that sense. X-Men Nick Fury. Okay, let's do X-Men Nick Fury. Yeah, X-Men Nick Fury. Sounds good. I'll show you guys the Nick Furies I have. Some of the cool ones for sure, at least in terms of like if you're a fan of that cover. And then we got X-Men's as well. Kind of like like what I did with ASM. It's just like kind of your Silver Age run of X-Men in different degrees. But I have 4 Nick Furies, so let me do 4 Nick Furies, and then I'll swap over to I'll do another key here. All right. First up, we have Nick Fury #1. You know what's kind of funny and sad about this is like when I saw this cover, my first thought was, oh God, you guys are gonna make fun of me. My first thought was like, oh, like that's like a reference to Austin Powers. And then I was like, no, you fool. Austin Powers totally ripped off this vibe, like this was that classic 60s, 70s disco vibes, and a really, really fun, cool cover. Now, unfortunately, this one, it's got a lot going on. I'm calling it a 2-0. I would maybe even want to be even conservative and say like 1820. It's got some, let's see, centerfold bottom staple, cover bottom staple. Okay, so it's got water on it. So it's got like some staple water rust, some watery type stuff. The centerfold bottom staple is detached. The centerfold bottom staple is detached, and the cover bottom staple is also detached, I think. So looks nice in the bag. Looks nice in the bag. But anyways, we're calling it 2-0. Maybe it's a 1-8. But it's a cool Nick Fury cover. Either way. All right, let me add this to the queue. I'm gonna go over here, do this, add to queue. Nick Fury, Austin Powers, starting at $1. Boom. Every time I see this book, I always think of Austin Powers when I see this book. You know, Nick Fury was definitely like the James Bond of the Marvel universe. You know what I mean? All right, Matt84 email for $10. This book goes to you, sir. Congratulations. All right. Put this down like this. Number 13. And that one goes to Matt84. And then just a quick reminder, guys, if you're watching on, or if you're on CUKOO, at the end of the stream, I'm going to give away this book right here. I'm just going to pick a random lot number. Doesn't matter what you spend, a random lot number, and I'm going to throw that book in. And then on YouTube, after the show, we're going to give away this guy over there. So there you go. All right, moving on now. Let's keep running the Nick Furies. This one here, I'm going to be honest, I never really looked at this cover before until I was prepping it for this show. And this thing is awesome. This is Nick Fury #3 Steranko cover, and a really nice copy of this, calling it an 8.0 to a 9.0. And the only things to point out are, well, let me take it out of the back. I want to make sure that you guys see it and trust my grading because it's pretty nice. So this is it right here. So the biggest issue just got right on the spine, just that little, where is it? Why can't I do this? Right there. It's got a little, it's got that, whatever you call that, like some rub right there. And then up here at the top, it's got a little bit of like tiny chip out and some color breaks up there at the top. And then the back, you need to clean it for sure. But it's a cool cover. It's a cool cover. So I would call it like an 8.0 to be safe. I think if you worked your magic, you could maybe get a 9. But either way, it's a cool book. All right. Coming in here, add to queue. Start at $1. Boom, boom, boom. Steranko, Nick Fury, let's go. Yeah, these covers are awesome. Like I have no nostalgia for them, but like when I look at them, I'm like, damn, they really are cool. Um, but admittedly, like you know when people go like, oh, okay, if you had to live in a decade that wasn't your own, what decade would you want to live in? I'm more partial to like 50s and also 80s and maybe even 70s. 60s is like my personal, like not my favorite era, decade. No disrespect to the 60s fans out there. But the reason I bring that up is because like all of this art is so like so 60s. It's so 60s, which is really cool. All right. That one goes to Madoka 93 for $60. Congratulations to you, Madoka. Lot number 14. And that is Madoka 93. 50s and 60s for me. Yeah, I like 50s. Like when I watch like Back to the Future, you know, you go like watch Back to the Future and he goes back to the 50s. I'm just like, I don't know. That era seems really fun. Seems really fun. Maybe it's the music. It's always the music. All right. Next up here in the Nick Fury lot is probably the classic cover, you know? This one is Nick Fury #4, another Steranko classic cover. I'm calling this one a 6.5, maybe a 7.5. The biggest issue with this is that you can see it's a little tanning for sure, but it's really nice. So maybe I should hedge my grading, guys. It's just one of those like maybe it actually gets a 6 because of the color. But like if you guys do those whitening techniques, if anyone out there has that ability to like do the whitening, I mean it's like it's got a little bit of like a little wear down there, but not too much. And this is the back. So like maybe you would only get a 6. I don't know, maybe you would only get a 6. But if you can improve it, I don't know. So I was tempted to say like maybe like I wonder if they would grade it and they'd say, "Oh, it looks like maybe you could get like a 7 out of it," you know? Like sometimes they can be pretty harsh on the tanning with this type of stuff. So that's my 6.0 to 7.0 and I put tan right there. But either way, it's a cool cover. So Grail Swags is a horrible grader. That's a 7-0. I mean, listen, like go get a 7-0, guys. Like go get it. You know what I mean? Like the last thing I want is people to not be happy with the grade. That's the last thing I want. I would pay people to not complain about grades. You know, that's the idea. All right, we're starting $1. Here we go. But you never know because it's like with the tanning can be harsh. But if you throw that into the blue light things that they got going on these days, like people can work their magic for sure. Definitely can work their magic. All right, let's see. All right, options still running. Stranko was the James Bond of comics. Yeah, for sure he was. The Spaceman is totally my favorite. It totally gives Bollywood vibes. Dude, Derek, I so agree with you. I do have that book, but my copy is so nice. I might have to grade it. It's so nice. And then there's the other one I mentioned that's like the next one, it's like a reference to Salvador Dali. And that one also is really nice. I might want to grade that too. All right. That one goes to Roguefly Fisher, $62. Thank you so much, Roguefly. Appreciate all your claims today. Let us see this. Number 15, Roguefly. Fly. Fisher. All right. We do that on this. We do that, and we do this. All right. We'll do one more Nick Fury here, and then we'll go on to X-Men, and I'll run like a couple other like key stuff. All right, next Nick Fury is Nick Fury number 5. Another, if you're into this style of cover, pretty badass. Um, this one I'm calling a 7-0 to an 8-0. Now, maybe I need to knock it down again. It's got a little bit of that dust shadow up there. So that's like the biggest thing. It's got this dust shadow. Um, but the book itself is pretty nice. Let me show you guys. Yeah, so it's really really nice, really taut. Um, maybe has a little bit of with these white covers, like you can kind of like maybe a couple like ticks down here that you guys can't see on camera, but there's a couple ticks down there, but like maybe you can kind of clean them up. Um, but the art is pretty unaffected. I mean, maybe there's a little soft corner down here, little chip. Is that a chip? No, not quite a chip, just kind of like a blunted corner. Blunted corner. You guys can see. And so yeah, the biggest thing is that dust shadow at the top. And then here's the back as well. A little bit of that. What's this? Okay. Little blunted chip down there too. So let me hedge myself here. We're gonna call this do one of these. Think this is probably fair. I don't know. We're gonna say 6570. That's what we're gonna call it. And you guys can determine as we start at $1. All right, going over here, adding to queue. Whoop, queue. All right. Nick Fury, number 5, $1 start. Here we go. Way undergraded. Probably. I don't know. Uh, oh, JM says, "Hey Spike, do you still do the comic book index?" Oh, I interrupted myself. Yeah, like as it pertained to when somebody was asking about like, oh, our comics about to, have that surge with Gary Vee and all that stuff. I forgot to mention I'm going to do an update on my index video, and that was going to be. I haven't done the numbers yet, but my suspicion is that for sure the prices have held, and maybe it's trending up, and then that would be my data to suggest that this feeling that people have that like we're on the come up is looking like it's true. You know what I mean? So that's definitely what I'm thinking. All right, Roguefly Fisher taking it down again, $26. Appreciate you, Roguefly. Um, Chris says, yeah, if you guys are having issues with the signups, definitely let. There's a couple of you people from CUKOO that are in the chat, and they can definitely help. If you guys have any questions or issues, definitely let them know. All right. Okay, we're gonna go over to X-Men, but before we do, I got another kind of bigger book right here. We got a Batman number 232. First appearance of Ra's al Ghul. This is a really nice book. Now, here's the deal. I'm calling this one a 7.5. You want to know why? Because it was graded a 7.5. Uh, this is one that I got at a 7.5 and I cracked it out thinking like, oh, like this looks way undergraded, way undergraded. And then when I cracked it out, I saw what I was like, ooh, okay, interesting, interesting. It's got a crease. Like, first of all, okay, look at how perfect this is. Like to I was like, oh man, this is like a 9.4, like so nice. But let me see if I can show you guys. It's got this like, damn, it's gonna be hard to show you guys here. It's gonna be really difficult. Um, on the Batman. Oh, you see it? Okay, there it is in the light. You see these creases? See those creases on the B and the T? There's a tiny little bit of white that slashes there. And then like there's these lines that go across like down his face and the logo. So and then you can still almost see the line, like it almost goes like this far. And it's kind of like a printery line, but it's got this line there. So if you're a presser extraordinaire, you know someone who like can work the magic and like do the thing. There you go. You guys see that? You guys see that little press thingy right there? That if you guys can figure that out and get that out, might be good. Now, full disclosure, like it does break a tiny bit of color along the logo. You may not see that on camera, but you can see a little bit of white here. So either way, this was graded a 7.5. It wasn't a CGC case. Graded as a 7.5. I cracked it out to see what was wrong with it. And then I saw that line. And then I thought to myself, I'm doing a CUKOO sale. So someone else can do the thing. I looked up what 7.5 prices are. 7.5 prices are that. So there you go. Yeah, get the Sharpie out. Let's not do that. All right. So first, Ra's al Ghul. We're gonna add this to the queue. Batman. I'm sorry. What is this? 232. God, go. How can I forget? 232. $500 comic book. I'm gonna start at $1 because I'm cuckoo. What an idiot. All right, here we go, guys. First Ra's al Ghul. Classic cover, starting at $1. man, sometimes it is tempting. You know what I mean? When you no, no, I'm just joking, guys. Get the Sharpie out. Like, sometimes there's that moments where it's like you look at it, you look at like a corner and you're like, oh, it is so almost perfect. And you just think like, there's no way they're gonna see it. If I just take this little boop, no way, right? It's tempting. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I would never do that. Do you know when the purchases show up on the app? Cbell says. Do you mean like when you'll get charged and that sort of thing? I'm not sure. I imagine that after the show it shows up, but I'm not sure. All right, there you guys have it. Ichu takes this down 520. Thank you so much, Ichu. Good luck on this one. Um, you know, I'm not like maybe that was the grade. I mean, hopefully you'll see this little thing on there, but like, man, if you have the skills, if you have the talent, um, which unfortunately I cannot press, guys. I that is something I've never taught myself how to press or how to do any of that stuff. So I can't do that. So I am always beholden to other people. But each you, thank you so much for that one. Hope you enjoy this book. It is either way, like such a really nice presenting copy of that guy. All right, let's move on now to X-Men. Let's do some X-Men run. And I'll kind of split it up with some other books in there. And again, guys, if you have requests, if you have book that you would like, let me know for sure. Because we'll just keep going until my time is up. Oh, a couple of other little announcements. After me, there's going to be more sellers on the platform today. Um, check them out. Link in the descriptions, or check out the chat. The CUKOO team will let you know. I believe that someone starts after me. It could be Hell Destroyer. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but definitely let me know or let the people know because there's going to be more shows with other stuff. I'm doing mostly Silver Age today, but there's going to be other sellers that are carrying other types of stuff. I think Russ also, who was in the chat, has his sale today, or maybe he happened before me. I apologize. I apologize. I'm doing a terrible job here. All right. We're going to move on now to X-Men. And this is kind of like the ASM run that we did. So this one is X-Men number 23, early Silver Age X-Men. I'm calling this one a 2-0 to a 2-5. It's just kind of like got your spine kind of damage. You guys know what 2-0s look like. It's kind of worn a bit. There's tape up there in the corner. You guys can see that there's tape. Um, anything else notable? It's sturdy. It's got some chipping on the top. Anyways, I'm calling it a 2-0 to a 2-5. X-Men number 23. So I'm going to add this one to the queue. Going to go over here. We're going to hit start. We're going to $1 and let it rip. All right, let me see. Checking over on YouTube here. Moon says, I made sliders for a potluck yesterday, and per your rule, I put them in bags of 3. Oh God. Bless your heart, man. That is a real slider king right there. Um, Moser Pete says, hey, just asking, Whatnot has $15 off, or I think you're saying $15 first time buyers. Does CUKOO have a discount? I don't know, CUKOO, maybe they don't have a discount, but hey, they should, right? Right, CUKOO team? Maybe they should have a discount, first time buyers. Not a bad idea. Um, let's see. Lord says, it's always surprising when I'm told that Conan doesn't sell. The new book sells well, and it's always hard for me finding some old stuff. Do you sell much of any of Conan? I only have Conan #1, or I've had the Barry Windsor Smith Conan. The Barry Windsor Smith fans do still buy Conan quite a bit, but it's been a while, I think, since like the new kids have had a Conan cultural thing in their face. Shout out to JMC taking this one down, $32. Thank you, JMC. Yeah, I feel like Conan hasn't been like in the limelight at all. Like when was the last time that we had like a property that was like of significance? Like I don't know. A lot of his heat has been taken by all these other types of fantasy games and genres and all that type of stuff. And then now we just got He-Man, and He-Man didn't do very well. So I have to imagine whoever has the rights to Conan, like what are they thinking? Like weren't we supposed to get like Sonya and all that stuff? Like Sonya, Red Sonya, and like what happened to that stuff? Did it come out? Conan animated show is coming. Oh, that's good. That's probably for the best because you got to get the kids involved mostly. All right, next up here, X-Men #29. Just another Silver Age X-Men Super Adaptoid on the cover. I'm calling this one a 3-5 to a 4-0. It's got some dust shadow thing going on right there in the corner, and maybe a color break. Where? Color break down there at the bottom. All these things need presses and cleans, so I try to grade them as they are. 3-5-4-0. Let's see. Add to queue. Go over here. Start auction. 20 seconds. All right, here we go. $1 start. X-Men 29. I got to say, I know nothing about Super Adaptoid, but I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap. And Super Adaptoid is not very good, but I now know who he is because of Marvel Snap. And that's my story. That's all I got to say about Super Adaptoid. I don't know. I don't have much else to say. Uh, He-Man was a disaster. I did not see He-Man, um, which I feel like is like that's like if you can't get someone like me to go to watch your movie, like that's a problem, you know? Like I grew up watching He-Man. I liked He-Man, I got the nostalgia for it. I like this pop culture nerd stuff. I like fantasy things. And even I was like, it just looks like kind of meh. Um, there was a Red Sonja movie. Red Sonja came out straight to streaming. Oh, I see. Okay, nobody watched it, right? All right, that one going to Roguefly Fisher. Thank you so much. $25. All right, number 29. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, next up here, X-Men number 31. First appearance of Cobalt Man. I know that it's the first appearance of Cobalt Man. I actually know nothing about Cobalt Man though, other than he's kind of a reference to Iron Man, or he has something to do with Iron Man. So I'm calling this one a 1-8 to a 2-0. It's got a spine split about yay big down here, spine split, and then spine split below the staple, and then like some wear on the edges, and then whatever. But it's still attached, and yeah, that's all I got to say. Calling it a 1-8 to 2-0. Cobalt Man, reference to Iron Man, a Roy Thomas creation. Um, add to queue. Thomas revived Cobalt Man in Hulk 173. Can't think of that cover. 173. All right, here we go. $1. Hulk 173. What does that one look like? These it's funny because like with these X-Men's, like, I don't know, guys. Maybe this is gonna be not nice to say. You guys are gonna cancel me. But have you ever like X-Men is not very good. Like some of the 60s Silver Age reads are actually pretty good. I like them. I like Doctor Strange. I like Iron Man. I like Captain America a lot, but X-Men was not good. It's hard to get through X-Men. It's hard to read it. So I know nothing about Gold Old Man. All right, there we go. JMC Colo. Thank you so much. 18 bucks. Thank you. That one's yours. All right, lot number 20. JMC. Boom. Okay, let's get up to, yeah, let's do this one and then we'll throw that one in. All right. All right, next up here, X-Men number 37. I'm calling this one a 3-5 to a 4-0. X-Men 37. It is this guy right here. Not much to say other than your general wear, still attached, some dog ear in the corner, smush corner, the whole shebang. Silver Age X-Men. Run it, run it. Add to queue. Boom, 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 and we go. X-Men gets better in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, 100%. Well, that's why it's like that's why the like the Chris Claremont and Byrne and like all that stuff, like that's why people love it so much because it gets good around that time, or at least there's some tongue-in-cheek stories, but at least it gets fun at that time. X-Men pre-Claremont is not great. All I agree. Yeah, yeah. Every time I see that Xavier at the top, it looks like a commercial for migraine tablets. Oh my goodness. Yeah. X-Men run up to mid 50s were a dud. It took a bit. One Neil Adams joined the fray. It took off a bit once Neil Adams joined the fray. Yeah, it definitely gets better. And then everybody likes the Chris Claremont stuff. Everybody likes that moment in time. If Chris Claremont hadn't revived the X-Men series, it would have gone to the wayside like the Defenders. Yeah, it's very, very possible. What could have been, you know, what could have been. All right, JMC taking that one down as well. $29. Thank you so much, JMC. All right, that's lot number 21, JMC. Sweet. All right, let's break it up a little bit. We got X-Men. I still got, more X-Men, but let's kind of switch gears a little bit here. And why don't we do this Captain America? I got a Captain America number 100, the start of the Captain America run. This is a pretty solid copy. Calling it a 5-0 to a 6-0. The main issue with this is got a little bit of a stain on the back. So let's kind of see the stain together and determine, yeah. So this is definitely like that type of stain that could knock it down, you know? So it depends on like how much they want to comment on it or if you guys can improve it, I don't know. But because of that, it could get the 5-0, but maybe you could get a 6 out of it, I think, because of the fact that like it's so nice otherwise. Like there's really not much going on with it at all. You know, tiny, tiny little crease in the corner. Definitely, if you have somebody that could do the blue light thing, maybe it could help. There you guys have it. Cap 100, 5-0 to 6-0. I did put a price on it, but you don't need to pay attention to my price. Just average price that I looked up like fives and sixes and stuff, like average sales around like 250s. So there you have it. Add to queue. And we will start this one at $1. Cap 100. Here we go. Okay, okay. Still running, still running. And also, too, guys, like, let me know if there's other things because I'm just kind of going through the X-Men. I feel like there's people that want it. And I got an Avengers, and then I got some decent amount of Avengers. I got a couple Batmans, more Captain America, or not more, but like a couple Fantastic Fours, and I got some Silver Surfers, and I got some Tales of Suspense and things like that. So there you go. All right. That one going to Aaron Yee for 190. Aaron, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for picking that one up. Let me write that one down here. Do I have Avengers 17? Do I have it? I could maybe have it if you need me to if you need me to grade. I didn't prep it, but maybe I can get it. Number 22, and that one going to Aaron. All right. All right. Thank you, Aaron. So we did a cap. I feel like we got to do an Iron Man. And let's pull out this one here. A Tales of Suspense number 42, which is the fourth appearance of Iron Man. Really cool book. This one I have is like a 3.5 to a 4.0. Let me kind of show it to you guys just so you get a sense of what we are looking at here. Definitely could use some pressing. You can see right there that line. Yeah, you got that's you need that pressed out right there. Luckily, it's faint color break there. But other than that, it's pretty good. A little bit of wear on the spine for sure. And then on the back, here's the back. Got to clean that. Got to clean this guy out. And then what else can I point out to you? It's attached. Either way, 3540. Tale of Suspense 42. Fourth Iron Man. I did look up again some of the average prices of the graded version. 250. So we will add this to our queue. We will start it up. And let it rip. Here we go. Oh. Um, Going back over to YouTube here. Do you have any Conans? I don't think I have any Conans right now. Well, I might have a few, but not many. And then Juana Page Quality was asking a question. Do you have a Silver Surfer 4? I do have a Silver Surfer 4 that we're going to have later on. All right. That one goes to Jason. Jason, thank you so much for taking that one down. 167 final price. All right. That is lot number 23. And that one going to Jason. All right. All right, let's keep moving down our X-Men list here. And we can kind of continue to bounce around, picking back up pretty much where we left off. I got a X-Men number 40. This is some people say it's the first appearance of Frankenstein, but then it's controversial because I guess he was a robot here, so it's not really the first appearance of Frankenstein. But either way, I got this one at like a 4.0, maybe a 4.5. It's got a couple, creases down there, a little bit of a light stain here. You can see a little bit of yellow on this, just a little stain. Kind of dog eerie crease up there. But overall, it's not a bad version of this book. Not a terrible version. So what did I call it here? I call it a 4.0. 4.0 to 5.0, we're calling it, but you know, could fit in that window. Where are the absolute books? I don't know. I guess I have to create an exclusive, the Swaggle Absolute Batman exclusive. All right, here we go. X-Men number 40, Frankenstein, dollar start, letter writ. Absolute swag. Yeah. How many people in the chat? Because it's like obviously I presented this as like a hey, we're gonna do Silver Age and maybe some bronze or whatever. But like, how many of you guys actually collect absolute? I'm curious, like, if this is like, is everyone here like, oh, I only like vintage, or are there actually people that like you guys also like, oh, I'll take a Quintana variant, or I'll do that stuff. Okay, like a few I do's, like more, right out the gate. Okay, all right, interesting. Sometimes I wonder about the crossover sometimes, because there's people that's like, oh, I only like modern or I only like vintage. But it does seem like Absolute Batman has like what do you say? Has like crossed over a little bit so that there's like people that are maybe that weren't into modern, they're more open to it. Collect to read, but not value. I don't have a full run, but I collect. I did pick up one recently, but not generally. Got it. Okay, interesting. All right. That one going to Amparo Cuesta. Thank you so much, Amparo. $44 for the YouTube. Number 24. Zero. All right. Keeping it moving. Next one here. X-Men number 41. This is red cover. That's what I got to say about it. Guys, this is a red cover. I'm calling it a 2.0 to a 3.0. It's got water on it. It's got the ripply water, dealy do. Like you guys know when like a book is like got the wet water damage. And the centerfold staple is detached. No, water on the centerfold staple. It's got water. But anyways, we're calling it a 2.0 to a 3.0. And it's got a crease down right there and your general wear. Oh, I think what I meant by my notes is that it's got water on the staple. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like when you open a book, it's got like the water on the staple. Anyways, set it up. That's Q, $1 start. Moving through X-Men. Here we go. Absolute Clayface is coming. The Clayface trailer, the movie, was like, or the trailer for the show actually looked pretty cool. I kind of like the take that they have, but it's just as like it's such an in the grand scheme of things, such an obscure character that like it seems like that'll be tough to get an audience for that, or to have the juice be worth the squeeze on that one. But it could be cool. Over on YouTube, do you have an Action Comics one? Been looking for that for a while. Yeah, I actually have a few of them. Actually, I was gonna $1 start them too. All right, JMC taking that $23. Thank you, JMC. Wouldn't that be funny? Like, what if I was serious? What if, like, just in this room right now, I had an Action Comics one, and I was like, "Hey guys, there's like, you know, 40 people in the room. It's just us on a casual Sunday. Why don't I just $1 start this Action Comics number one? I wonder what it would sell for. What do you think? Because I would have to buy it if I was your guys' seat and I saw somebody do that. I'd have to buy it because it's like, duh. But I wonder, like, what it would actually go up to. I guess whatever's someone's line of credit on their credit card could potentially be. All right, here we go. Next up here in the X-Men run, The Power of Magneto, X-Men number 43. Calling this one a 2-0 to 3-0. It's got staple rust. It's got the water going on. Um, Staple rust water. It's got a stain down there. And staple rust and the water. Must emphasize the water. But still attached. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, it's still attached though. All right, starting this one up. Fun Magneto X-Men cover. And here we go. $1 start. Yeah, we find out quickly who has the highest credit card limit. Yeah, for sure. You know, lots of credit cards would be declined that day. All right, still running on this one. Okay. And we closed. All right, this one going to Madoka 93, 26. Thank you. What are you guys doing? What else should we talk about? Um, what else is there to say? I suppose what's next? Doomsday? Man, Doomsday, based on how Spider-Man's doing, I think Doomsday is gonna crush. All right, keeping it moving here. X-Men number 47, The Beast and Iceman. I got this one at a 3.5 to 4.0. It has gesture general wear. This one didn't have like the water stuff, so this not too bad, but could use could use some love. 3.540. Continuing on with the X-Men. And here, $1. Here we go. X-Men 47. Doomsday's gonna make like 100 billion. Yeah. Doomsday's not gonna do well. I think people have Downey Jr. fatigue. Really? I mean, I think you might be right that there's maybe some Downey Jr. fatigue, but I just think that I think that like based on how Spider-Man performed, and like, you know how like sometimes the movies benefit from the goodwill of the previous movie and vice versa. So it's like if you have a bad movie, then the next movie suffers because everyone is like, oh, like, superhero movie fatigue. But if you have a good movie, then you can go to the next movie and people are all pumped about it. It's kind of crazy. All right, that one going to Zlanderos. Zlanderos for 20. Zlanderos. All right. All right, let me do this one other X-Men. It's kind of right in this ilk, and then we'll kind of move on and switch gears a little bit, show you guys something a little different. All right, this one is a X-Men number 48, Cyclops and Marvel Girl. This kind of, I mean, this whole section actually has been like, when they kind of been doing the two player storylines. This one I'm calling a 2-0. Maybe you could get a 2-5 out of it. It's got a chip down there. It's got like a stain on the back. It doesn't have water, but it's got like a lot of wear. Spine's kind of flattened out. That whole thing. So 2-0, 2-5. Uh, there we go. This one, Blast says I need X-Men 13. I sold X-Men 13 on the previous CUKOO show I had. I did have a copy. Unfortunately, I do not have another one, at least right now. All right, so we got this. What else can we do here? Yeah, sorry, Blast. All right. And it looks like we got a winner, James C. Thank you again. Appreciate you. That one, number 28. James. All right. Put that one like that. And let's switch it up here. We've been talking MCU, we've been doing X-Men, which is coming up, but another one that's coming up is I feel like we got to put it up. We got a Ghost Rider number 1, not the good version of Ghost Rider 1, which is obviously the 1990. We got the 1973 lame version of Ghost Rider 1, number 1. No, I'm just kidding. First issue in the Volume 1 Ghost Rider. I'm calling this one a 6.5 to 7.5 because I don't know how to grade. So we're gonna grade together. Could get a 6.5 for sure. And then if I'm being optimistic, you know, work a little press stuff going on here. But overall, it's a pretty nice copy. It's got nice glare, you know, solid book. But the big issue is, see this right there? See that little circle on the edge? That's got a little bit of whiteness in it. There you can see just a little bit of color breaking thing. So I think like they would give you a 6.5 for that. And then you have a little corner up there and maybe a little soft corner there. And then, and then some spine ticks and stuff. And then here's the back, which is pretty nice. So I'm just a little bit like, I don't know. I don't know like what they would do with that one. But like maybe you guys could like press that harder and like maybe get that really not looking as bad. So, anyways, I would call this a 6.5 to a 7.5. It doesn't really matter because either way, the prices are all the same right now with this book, all across 5.0s and 6.0s and 7.0s. The average that I saw is around like 550. So I put my price on it, but you guys can bid what you bid. If you are a Ryan Gosling fan, you can do that. So I will add comic book to queue, and we're going to start it at $1. Here we go, guys. Ghost number one, 1973, volume one, Johnny Blaze, starting at $1. Here we go. I have to add to my X-Men run since I picked up the X-Men 101 on your last show. Oh yeah, James C. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you grabbing that one. It's a good book too, for sure. Um, yeah, I have more X-Men. I mean, I have more X-Men here. Uh, Not as much Silver Age, but I do have like speaking of the Chris Claremont and Byrne, I got all those books for the most part. Well, I did sell the X-Men 94 in the previous sale, so we did move that one. But I do have more X-Men in general. And then later, because we're still like, with CUKOO, it's still in the beta, so it's like it's sort of like they're kind of designing the shows to be like, hey, let's pick a date, let's get a couple sellers, do a Sunday, and then do a bunch of shows back to back. But eventually, when the platform becomes like, hey, you can kind of just do the sales whenever, then like I think um, what I'll probably do is like very specific shows. So it's like, hey guys, there's just be X-Men, and it'll just be kind of like this. And even if there's only like 5 people that care about it, it'll just be like, all right, here we go. Let's start at X-Men 102, 103, 104, 105, and we just go through. Or I don't know, maybe I would just sell lots to be like X-Men 120 through 130, something like that. And then people who need it can just get it that way. All right. That one goes to Gmon 7580 for 472. Gmon, thank you so much. Appreciate you. You are now in the Ryan Gosling hype train. I myself am also in that train because I haven't had like a Marvel Spotlight 5 that I really liked. I would like to have an 8.0 of Marvel Spotlight 5. That's like kind of my personal goal, but I've just like never been able to get one even before the announcement. And now it's even harder. And I'm like, damn, dude, it's hard. It's hard to find that stuff. All right. You guys cool if we just might as well finish out the X-Men because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. Cool. Yeah, let's keep running the X-Men. You guys cool with that? Or if there's other requests, please let me know as well. I had a couple of Avengers. Somebody said they wanted Avengers 13. Can I grab that out of here? Avengers 13. I don't know. I have to find this. 12. It's not prepared, but let me know. 17. 17. Okay. I don't know if I have it, to be honest. It's not prepared, if anything. So Avengers, a couple FFs, um, some Batman, some Captain America. Maybe I should do these for sure. Why don't we do these? Why don't we knock these ones out? What if we did a lot? No, let's just do it like this. All right. Batman, a couple of Batmans, and then we'll finish out with X-Men, or we'll go back to X-Men. All right, we got a Batman number 200, classic milestone issue. This one I'm calling a 4.0 to a 5.0. The centerfold bottom staple is detached. So on the centerfold, the bottom staple detached. Outside of that, it's not too bad a copy. A little bit of like a stain up there. Pretty decent overall, but like, I'm calling it like a 4.0, 5.0. That's kind of what I got. So there we go. So any Batman fans, give you guys some love. I got another one after this as well. All right. Start this auction just like this. Boom, boom, and there we go. $1. From YouTube. So since the next Spider-Man movie is confirmed to be Beyond the Spider-Verse now, you think UF4 will make a comeback? Comeback? Like depends on what a comeback. Listen, yeah, it's gonna help. It's gonna help. Um, but sometimes like with the books like that have like a large print count, it's kind of like a New Mutants 98 where it's like, is it gonna like increase the prices? That might be tough, but it's going to make the book more liquid, that's for sure. All right, this one going to MV6G. MV6G, thank you so much. It'll definitely make the book sell more, but I don't know if it'll increase or raise the value per se. Um, I think over time the value could go up, but there's a lot of copies out there, and out of sight, out of mind with a lot of these books. But we'll have to see. I mean, the Spider Verse movies were dope. They're really good. All right. Next up here, we got a lot. Two Batmans. Two Neil Adams Batmans. We got Batman number 243. I think that this might be, is this the Lazarus Pit storyline? Maybe you guys can let me know. And then we got Batman number 244. So figure you might as well have them together. I'm calling both of them, in the 3.0 type range. Yeah, 3.0 range-ish type of thing. So we'll do that as a lot together. If I can get the glare to go away. And then if I'm really crafty, I can do this, and I can go here, and I can go here, and I can hit start and do this and shipping profile that. All right, there we go. All right, 2-issue lot, Batman, Neil Adams, Lazarus Pit, no pants. Here we go. Double pants, $1. Batman wears pants under his pants. What's the pants reference? What are you guys talking about? Double pants Batman? Do I not know about this? Is this like, oh, shout out to CR Sierra taking these two lots down together. Shout out to you. Look at the cover of 234. What do you mean? He's got pants on. Oh, oh, double pants. He's got double pants. I see now. I see. You know what, the one that I didn't know about? Uh you guys know about the X-Men 266 banana hammock with Gambit? Like I feel like this is one of those things where it's like when someone points it out to you, like you can't unsee it. And that happened to me with 266. I will spare, if you guys don't know about it, I will spare you. I will spare you the whole thing, with what happened with that one. Um, all right, JMC, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for everything. Um, Wolverine mask is two Batman kissing. Yes, the Wolverine mask, two Batman kissing. That is real. That is real. All right. Since we're in the DC universe, let's move on now to another DC book. We got a Green Lantern #7. First appearance of Sinestro. Great, great, great DC villain. I think he is actually in the show, right? Like, don't we have the Green Lantern show? Um, this one I am calling a 5.0 to a 6.0. It's a really nice copy, except the one issue. Well, let me point it out. Okay, so solid book, solid copy overall. Um, not too many breaks. I mean, the cover is nice, not too many breaks, but what you do see is some little bit of staining, tan maybe at the top, and then like maybe some along here. And then you also see it on the back, some kind of, would this be, foxing or tanning or dust shadow stuff going on? But if people know how to get rid of that stuff, I mean, this could be a good project. But then the other thing here is that I don't even know what you call this. Like, God, can I get this? Can I get this here? How do I pull this up? Okay, let me start here. So along this, oh, here we go. Here we go. You see this? See where my finger is going? You have this like, it's not a sub crease, but there's some crease right here. And I don't know if this is like a printer crease or like what this is, but you can see it on his leg, and then it kind of goes down. Like it goes down like the whole book, like this. So I don't know if you can get that out, or if that's like a if CGC would kind of like look away from that, because is that like a manufacturing crease? Because it's kind of weird. It's not like quite a reader. Like it's in a weird spot. It's not a reader. There, you guys see it. Could be a sub crease, but so either way. Anyways, that's yeah, stacking crease. Yeah, maybe that's right. Maybe that's what it is. Destroyer. Maybe it was like some at some point in this book's life, it got stacked on and like kind of pinned down. So, anyways, I would call this book like a 5.0. Like maybe you would get a 6, but let's say that it's a 5, because like I don't want you guys to feel like it's not. But either way, the prices can be pretty high for this thing for Sinestro. Like fives are like 600 ish, sixes are like 700. I think like average of what I looked up on like GPA and stuff like that. So I don't know, guys. We are crazy. We are cuckoo. And we're going to just start this at $1. Oh my God. First Sinestro Green Lantern #7, starting at $1. Here we go. Here we go. Mm. Still running. Still running. I don't know about when does the Green Lantern show come out? Is it already out? All right. That one going to JT for 510. JT, congratulations, sir. Taking that one. Lot number 32. That one is JT. First Sinestro. Next week it comes out? Oh man. On HBO. I think I gotta watch it. All right. Well, there you go. Thank you, JT. That one's coming to you. All right. What else do I have in my pile here? Let's take a look at the clock. all of these things. All right, we're gonna table Avengers for now. Because I think we can do a whole Avengers thing. FF. Why don't we do this? Let me see. We just did the Green Lantern. Why don't we do another Green Lantern lot right here? Just because I have them, and I think I'm just going to do this all together. Um, I got a Green Lantern number 78. I got a Green Lantern number 80. And I got a Green Lantern number 84. So some Silver Age Green Lanterns. We're just going to put them all together as a lot. Uh, I'm calling the lot like a 2-0 to 3-0. Average is a 2-5 type of thing. Pointing out this one, it's got like a crease up there and some wear on the spine. It's kind of got a flat spine. You know when like these books get squished? So it's got some issues on that in that sense. This one is probably the lowest grade one. This one has a chip up there in the corner. See that? So that piece is missing. And then it's got the spine is kind of flattened, dirty. And then this one, color break, corner, color breaks, general issues. So, this is kind of the average lot is, let's call it a 2-5 lot type thing. We're going to run all three together. All right, so we go over here. We got the Green Lantern, Silver Age, Hal Jordan. We hit start here, shipping profile there. All right, and starting the lot. Here we go. $1. Any golden age romance books tonight? No, I don't have any of those ones. Don't have any ones. I feel like that's more like your department, you know? Preview at SDCC looked very solid. Um, yeah, yeah, it was. It was a fun show for sure. All right. Zlandier, taking that one down, $20. Right on. Zlandier. Oh, wait. Lot number 33. Slanderos. All right. Awesome. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Tape these ones together because it's a lot, a little bit more stuff I got to do. Prep. All right. Boom. There. Okay. What else did I have here? Silver Surfer, Strange Tales. We'll do that some other time. Tales, giant size, normal, small. Why don't we do this? What are you guys feeling? FFs, maybe we can do later. X-Men, I guess I can do this X-Men later as well. And down here, why don't we do, all right. We've been waiting for the whole show for this. We said we were going to run it. It's time to run it. We got a Silver Surfer, number 4, the classic John Buscema cover. Everybody's favorite. I'm calling this one a 5-0, maybe a 5-5. Let's take it out. Let's take a look. Let's look at it together. Let's be very clear about the book itself. So here's the book. Pretty nice. Nice overall. It's got tiny chip right there. It's got a tape up in the corner. See the tape used to be there, but the tape is off. But there used to be tape there. So it's got that stain. It's got a scratch right there on the S, kind of a dent. It's got some you call this, like foxing? The top right there on the back, some foxing there, and then along the side. Um, maybe some printer rub at the bottom. But yeah, there you guys have it. I mean, those are the biggest things. You know, it presents nice. So I'm calling it a 5 to a 5.5 because I feel like this stuff on the back, there's a little stain right there, you know? I don't know. You guys tell me. That's what I'm calling it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Recenty type of prices around this thing, 550, 650, you know. But maybe you guys think it's better graded copy. But oh my God, here we go. Add to queue. Silver Surfer number 4. $1 start. Here we go. Who will take it? $1. Here we go. My goodness. It really is one of the best covers. It really is. Although I am partial personally to Silver Surfer 3. Mephisto's my favorite character of all time. I just feel like that book is totally underrated and undervalued at this moment in time. And I just love that cover. It is the first key book I ever noticed as a key. It's like, that is a key. When I was a kid, I was in the store and hanging on the wall with Silver Surfer number 3. Was there Silver Surfer 4 there? Probably, but I didn't get it. But yeah, but then as a maturing collector, you know, now at this age, we've all come to appreciate, yeah, this book right here, you know. We get it. I get it. It's the best. It's the best. All right, there it is. Jason taking this one down 540. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. Congratulations on getting this awesome book. All right, that is lot number 34. That one's going to Juan says, any Darkhawk tonight? Come on, man. You know I don't sell Darkhawk. I am a Darkhawk hodler. We are holding on to the Darkhawk. All right. Last few minutes, I think, of the show. I think we're gonna have someone coming up next. Do I have an X-Men 49 or 50? Aaron, I did have them. I sold it on the last show. Sorry about that. But there is going to be another bunch of CUKOO sales, I think, today on the app, coming up right after me. I think I have a couple minutes here, so I have time for maybe like one or two more we can kind of knock out. Um, I got some Werewolf by Nights, which is not Silver Age. We have some more X-Men Silver Age that are like, you know, 50 through 60. And the Tomb of Dracula. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, we probably should just do that. Yeah, why not? Yeah, you've been waiting for it. Emperor, what happened to Werewolf by Night? Oh, yeah. Okay. You're right. Let's do this. Okay, you know what, guys? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to finish out with monsters. We're going to finish out with monsters. This is going to be pretty epic. Um, we're going to warm it up. Warm it up, okay? We're going to warm it up. First thing we're going to do any low number cheap ASM lots. Juano, I started with ASM a little bit earlier, like between like 50 to 70. But that was at the beginning of the show. So I went through those, but like maybe in the future for sure. All right, here we go. First up, I have a Marvel Spotlight number 2, first appearance of Werewolf by Night. I have this one at a 4.0 to a 4.5. Let me show you guys some of the details here, just so you guys get a sense of this book. Need some help for sure. It's got a crease here. It's got some wear on the spine right there. It's got tape up here and tape down here. You guys can see the tape better on the back. Tape, tape. Crease here. Some dirt. But overall, I would call it a 4 to a 4.5. Werewolf by Night, Marvel Spotlight 2, first appearance of Werewolf by Night. Actually, is this crazy? Sorry, guys. Can I do this instead? Can I just can we just do a Werewolf by Night lot like this? Can we just do all of them together? Should we just do them all together? Let's do that. Marvel Spotlight number 2, 3, and 4. That's what we're going to do. Marvel Spotlight 2, 3, and 4. This one I'm calling a 3 to a 3.5. It's got a lot of pressing that needs to be done on this guy. It's got some foxing on the back. So this is the second appearance of Werewolf by Night. And we have Marvel Spotlight number 4, calling this one a 4.0. Crease down there. A little bit of stain here. First appearance of the Darkhold. So there we have it. So we're going to do this as a lot. I figure that might be better to do. So let's call it a VG lot. Get your Werewolf by Night comics right here. Let's do like this. 4.0 lot. Like so. All right. Let's go here. Pull it back. Add to queue. Coming in here. Start the auction. 20 seconds. Gemini. Boom, boom, boom. All right. First appearance of Werewolf by Night, starting at $1, and it's running. All right, still going, still going. The 3-issue lot for Marvel Spotlight 2 through 4. First Werewolf by Night. You know, I like the Werewolf by Night show. At a time when the Werewolf by Night or the MCU was like not very good. There was a lot of misses. That one show was pretty good. It was pretty good. Like it's not like the greatest show, but it was fun. It was a fun Halloween kind of short. So it'd be cool. It'd be cool if we ever see these guys again, you know? Like Werewolf by Night, Blade. Can we ever get Blade? Can we ever get Moon Knight again? Can we ever get like all of these guys? Like maybe the Ghost Rider movie's gonna set it all up. We can finally do it. Do I like it in color or black and white? I actually only watched it in black and white. I never watched the color version. And so I did like it. But it would be kind of fun to watch the color version. All right. Ampero taking that one down, 156 for the lot. There you have it. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much. All right. Boom, boom, boom. We got it warmed up with the monsters. We promised more monsters. We're going to do the last two big books of the stream. These are going to be some pretty dope stuff. All right. That one going to Ampero, the Werewolf Lot. All right, here we go, guys. Last two books of the show. We got a Tomb 10 and a Werewolf 32. All right, posture check, guys. Sitting up, sitting up. Bring the energy back. All right, we got a Tomb of Dracula, number 10, first appearance of Blade. We got you warmed up with Werewolf by Night and Ghost Rider. Will we ever see this guy, Mahershala Ali, ever play this character? I don't know. I'm calling this one a 6-0 to a 6-5. So very nice cover. Cover presents really well. Really well. Little scratch down here. Little scratch in the corner. It's very light, but it's there. Little scratch here. Little scratch there. But the biggest issues with this guy is on the back, where on the back you have a stain right here. And then you have a chip right there. Chip right there. So I'm calling it a 6 to a 6-5. Maybe you could do better, but we like to be conservative. Want to be conservative there. All right. So 6 to 6-5. Recent prices 650, 700. You can look it up. But I'm crazy. Oh yeah, Mahershala Ali is out. Yeah, unfortunately he's out. All right. Well, here he is. Either way, we always have Wesley Snipes. As Wesley Snipes said, there will only ever be one Blade. So we still have him. Maybe he'll come back and he'll play Old Man Blade. You know what I mean? That would be pretty sick. Why wouldn't he? Okay, here we go, guys. Starting at $1, like an idiot, or like I'm cuckoo. Here we go. First appearance of Blade. Oh my God. Yeah, on the one hand, it's like, unfortunate we didn't get Blade. But on the other hand, maybe it's going to work out the way that it works out, right? Like it's gonna, I just said that in jest that we're going to have Wesley Snipes play Blade, but probably, like, why wouldn't they just have Wesley Snipes do it? Like that makes a lot of sense. So I can see that happening. All right, we got a winner, Jason Sykes, 575 for Blade. Congratulations to you, sir. Thank you so much. That is lot number 36. And that one went to Jason. All right. We did it. We got it done. And now we are on to what's going to be the last lot of the show. Finish out with another character of will we ever see them again? Will we ever see them again? Yeah, he was in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I guess what I meant, Paul, is like, will we, like, future Blade movies? Will we ever get a Blade movie? Is he going to be a part of that? Like, who is going to play that character? All right, you guys know this book. First appearance of Moon Knight. I am also calling this one a 6-0, 6-0, 6-5. Maybe if you're lucky, you can get a 7, but let's call it a 6-0, 6-5, just like the Blade book. Um, Overall, a nice copy. The only biggest issues are a light scratch here. You guys can see that? See that light scratch? So kind of in the corner. And then, of course, some color breaks. So these are, the biggest color breaks right there. So some ticks for sure. But I mean, the ticks and then the light scratch. And then on the back, decent back, but you also have a tiny tear right there. Tiny tear. So overall, it's a pretty good book. So I would call it a 6 to a 6.5 with the outside chance to be a 7, but I like to be conservative. Either way, this is like a book in a place where it's like the prices are all kind of around the same. It's very similar to like the Blade book in that sense. So recent prices around this 650, 700. Um, so very like ilk books. But last book of the show, first appearance of Moon Knight. Will we ever see Oscar Isaac again? I certainly hope so. All right, here we go. $1 start, and it's running. Yeah, the Moon Knight show was not great, to be honest. But Oscar Isaac was great. And he did say in the wake of the Ryan Gosling announcement, like I think some reporter asked him a question of like, oh, like something Ghost Rider. And he said, like, oh yeah, like make it happen, MCU or whatever. So that was like but he's got a weird contract thing where like he has to agree to do it. So he has like creative autonomy. So like if it's not good, he's not going to do a thing. All right, Ampero knocking it down 615. Thank you, Ampero. Appreciate you. Congratulations on the first Moon Knight. Awesome book. I have a sore spot for Moon Knight. This book, it always reminds me of the trade I made where I got scammed because this was one of the books. So I love it, but brings up painful memories. All right, there we guys have it. We did it. We had the show. We went through. Thank you guys so much. Before we wrap it up, we're going to do a random number generator. I would highly encourage if you guys are still interested in shopping, go on over to the other shows that are live right now on CUKOO. Thanks so much for hanging out. We're going to do a random live generator. So we did 37 lots, and I'm just going to pick. I got a 1 through 37 random number generator pulled up on my phone, and I'm just going to hit it. 35. 35, which belonged to, who was it? Going down to 35. Ampero. So Ampero, congratulations. I'm throwing in the Cap 100 into your bin, into your lot. So congratulations to you. You get that giveaway book. And with that, I'm going to close out the CUKOO stream, and I'm going to head over to YouTube. We're going to give this book away as well. But anyways, thank you all so much, guys, for hanging out today. Anyone who made their orders, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to get right on it as best as I can to start fulfilling, and really, really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the books. Anyways, thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next CUKOO stream. I don't know if it's over for the YouTube audience. Or I know YouTube, you're still with me, but I'm looking at the CUKOO stream and it's like saying that it's ending, but it hasn't ended yet. End the show. Hello. All right. Well, I'll just act like it's still going. All right. All right. Well, we'll go over to YouTube. I assume that the show ended over on CUKOO. My screen is frozen. Um, so I'm gonna assume that it ended. Anyways, YouTube. Thanks, guys. It's still going, Dan. That's odd. What if I refreshed it? Oh, it's over. Okay, I don't know. Well, it's still going here on YouTube. Okay, CUKOO ended. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Hey, Dan. Dan's been doing a great job with his YouTube, guys. Dan, I've been watching all your videos. I forgot to reach out and let you know. Like I'm watching. I'm still watching. But if you guys haven't followed Dan's YouTube channel, go over to his YouTube. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Subscribe to his channel. He's making great videos right now. Okay, so Lowell says you did a good job showing the content. Thanks, Lowell. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure everyone's happy. All right, let's give away a book. Okay, let's give away a book. What are we doing here? I got my copy of ASM number 134, which is the first tarantula and all that stuff. So I'm gonna set something up here. Hold on. We gotta do this properly. Um, gotta do this the right way. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. I will give it away. I promise. Um, do do do. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, you guys had a good Sunday, or you guys are chilling, or maybe you guys are. Um, what do you guys do? I always put streams on in the background too. So if like I'm just like passively listening to stuff, bagging and boarding, writing, doing work, things like that. Uh, all right, that's okay. All right, we got to give away this book. How do we give away this book? Um, how do I give away this book? YouTube, YouTube stream giveaway. Oh yeah, this? Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. So if you're in the stream right now, wait a minute. I gotta do this. Hold on. YouTube, gotta go over here, do this, click on this. We're gonna go share, copy, close this. Okay. So I think I have this right now. So if I do this and I go like this and I share the screen, there we go. All right. I think I have this set up. So I have this thing pulled up, which is like a comment picker. So what we need to do is, I think, is this right? Uh, if you're watching right now and you want to be participate in the giveaway, type tarantula, tarantula, or type anything. Actually, no. Oh, you just type anything. Sorry, you don't even need to say tarantula. You just need to say something. Don't be a pass. Like right now, we have 64 people. I'm going to do a random comment picker. So as long as you said something at one point in the stream, then you'll qualify. But if you haven't said something, you can say tarantula right now, and then that'll be a way for you to, participate in the stream. So just say something. Maybe you've had me on in the background the whole time, but I'm just gonna, as you guys can see, I'm gonna pick it's just gonna pick a random comment. But this is gonna be the book. We're gonna give this one away. All right. So I'll let people continue to talk. I mean, maybe people did it. Yeah. So that was really it, guys. Successful show. We went through some books. Hopefully, people got some good deals and things like that. I always never really know how much to prep. I prep stuff, but yeah. All right, cool. I think that's good. I think everyone's kind of said stuff. All right, so now if I go over here and I say load comments, I click like that, and then we can see, yeah, see there's people's comments that are like all here. Okay. And then I go down here and I hit continue. Okay. And then there's going to be one winner, no substitutes. Do I want a substitute? Nah, you guys are here. One winner, one winner. Show advance, confirm, countdown. Okay, this is good enough. All right. So now I go here and I hit confirm. And 73 qualifying people, we're going to hit start. And it's going to pick somebody. It's going to pick a random winner. 3, 2, 1. Boom. The winner is Alva Flash, who said something. There you go. Something. Congratulations to Alva Flash. If you could, Alva, I don't know if you're on Instagram, but hop on over to Instagram and DM me on Instagram. I'll put it here. Or if you don't have Instagram, you can email me as well. So at there you go, swagglehoss_comics on Instagram or swagglehosscomics@gmail.com. Send me a message or an email and we'll figure out the details. I'll get your shipping info and then I'll send you this book right here. There you go. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. I got to go eat and all that good stuff, but I appreciate everyone hanging out today. Um, we'll definitely do more coverage of that conversation we were having about like, oh, is our comics gonna pick back up? I got a lot of thoughts about that one. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all in the next show, stream, whatever it is. See you guys.